Hello, you're humbly welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kitty and this is Kitty Crochets. Well, if you're new here, kindly subscribe before we go into today's tutorial. For those who have subscribed, I am really humbled. You can also follow me on Instagram at Kitty Crochets. Yeah, so well, in today's tutorial, we are going to look at how to make a one arm crochet top. And yeah, so I am going to need a measuring tape, and this is going to be for my measurements, a pair of scissors to cut off the excess yarn, my hook. I am going to use my 3.5mm hook, and for the yarn I am going to use small yarn. Well, we are going to start by making measurements of the height of the top, and you're going to measure from your underarm up to where I would like your top to stop. So from my underarm up to where I would like my top to stop, it is 8 inches. After taking the measurements, I am now going to make a chain that is going to equate to the 8 inches. For my chain, I am going to start by making a slip knot, and for a slip knot, I rotate my yarn around my finger and then pull it out. I then bring my hook right here in the middle and pull this behind yarn. So this is a slip knot. So for a chain, I am going to yarn over, pull through, I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Well, I am going to do this up to when I have something that can equate to 8 inches. So well, this equates to 8 inches. Make sure it is not stretched. So after that, I'm going to be using half double crochet. So I am going to make extra 2 chains. That's 1 and that is 2. I am going to yarn over and come into this third one, and I place there my very first half double crochet. So I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over and pull through the 3 loops. I again yarn over, come into the very next chain. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. I again yarn over, come into the very next one. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. I again yarn over, come into the very next one. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over and pull through the 3 loops. So this is how a half double crochet is made, and I am going to be placing half double crochets in each and every chain up to when I reach the end of this line. I have reached the end of my first line, so I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. So for this top, we are going to be increasing on one side, and then the other side is just going to be straight. The next lines, we are going to be placing half double crochets in only the back loops. So when you look on top of your half double crochet, we have this, which is the front loop, and then this is the back loop, and we are only going to be placing our half double crochets in this back loop. So I'm going to yarn over, come right here. I place there my first half double crochet, again yarn over in the very same space. I place there a second half double crochet. We are making an increase, remember. I then come into the next back loop. I place there a half double crochet. I come into the next one. I also place there a half double crochet. So well, I am going to be placing half double crochets in each and every stitch, but only in the back loops. And yes, let me do this and come back when I am at the end of this line. I am at the end of this line, and I'm going to yarn over and come and place my very last half double crochet in this last back loop right here. So after that, I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. So when I turn my work, remember this is a straight side. I'm going to start by placing 1 half double crochet in the back loop, and I then place 1 half double crochet in each and every back loop up to when I reach the end of this line. So well, I have reached the end of this line, and I'm going to yarn over. Remember, this side is our side of increases, so I am going to come in this very last back loop, and I place there 2 half double crochets. After that, I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. So when I turn my work, I am again going to start by placing 2 half double crochets in one back loop. So that's 1, and this is the second one. So I then place 1 half double crochet in each and every back loop. I come right here, I place there a half double crochet. Yeah, so well, I am going to be placing half double crochets in each and every back loop, and let me come back when I am also at the end of this line. At the end of this line, this is a straight side. I've placed 1/2 double crochet in the very last stitch, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. I again start by placing only 1/2 double crochet in the very first back loop. So I come into the very next back loop, I place there a 1/2 double crochet. I come into the next one, I place there a 1/2 double crochet. Yeah, so let me place 1/2 double crochet in each and every back loop up to when I reach the end of this line. When I reach this side, I am going to place 2/2 double crochets in this very last back loop. That's one, and this is the second one. I then chain 1 and turn my work. After turning my work, I am again going to start by placing 2/2 double crochets in this very first back loop. That's 1 and these are 2. I then come to the next back loop. I place there 1/2 double crochet. I come to the next one and also the next one. So the pattern is, for the side of increase, you are going to end the line by making an increase and also start by the line by making an increase. And by an increase, I mean placing 2/2 double crochets in one stitch. And for this straight side, you are just going to be ending the line by placing 1/2 double crochet and then starting it by placing 1/2 double crochet in the back loop. You are now going to make measurements of the bust of the person you're making the top for, and my bust is going to be 31 inches. You are then going to divide those 31 inches by 2, and when I divide 31 inches by 2, I get 15.5 inches. So I am going to do this putting increases on one side, and then one side must be a straight side. I am going to do this for 13.5 inches, and yeah, let me do this up to when I have lines that can stretch up to 13.5 inches. Well, this is what I currently have, and this can stretch up to 13.5 inches. So I am going to do two parts. One part is going to be equaling to 15.5 inches, and then the other part is also going to be equaling to 15.5 inches. So right now I have 13.5 inches. So for the remaining 2.5 inches, I am going to stop making the increases, and instead of placing 2/2 double crochets right here at the end, I am only going to be placing 1/2 double crochet. Well, I am going to come right here and I get my hook. So right here where we have been placing 2/2 double crochets, I am only going to place there 1/2 double crochet, and I also come in the next stitch and I place there 1/2 double crochet. So I am going to be placing 1/2 double crochet in each and every stitch, and I'm going to do this up to when I have lines that equate to 2.5 inches. And yeah, let me come back when I am done with those lines. Yeah, well, so this is what I have, and this can stretch up to the 15.5 inches. So I have already made another part using the same measurements. I've made my second part, and this is it. I've used the same measurements, so you can as well do the same. And now we are going to join these two parts together. Well, you are now going to come on this longer side of your top. It's where our armhole is going to be, and so you are going to measure from your shoulders up to your underarm, and I've already measured mine is 6 inches. So I am going to get my measuring tape and come right here, and I mark where the 6 inches stop. So my 6 inches stop right here. So I am now going to get to come right here where the 6 inches stop, and I slip stitch downwards. And when I come on this other side, I am just going to slip stitch from the bottom to the top. I am going to come right here and I attach my yarn. So I am going to come in the very next stitch, and I also come in the very next stitch on this other side. I yarn over and pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I come into the very next one, and also the very next one on this other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I then come into the very next one, and also the very next one on this other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop I have on the hook. So well, I am going to be doing this, making sure that I slip stitch in the very next stitches. I do not have to skip any stitch on either sides. And yes, let me do this up to the end here, and also come on this other side and slip stitch from the top to the bottom. Well, I am done slip stitching on both sides, so I am going to come right here on top and start slip stitching from where we stopped making the decrease from, and it was right here. So I am going to come right here and I attach my yarn. I come and attach my yarn, and yes, I am now going to slip stitch on this top area up to when I reach this side here. So I come right here and I slip stitch. I come into the very next stitches on both sides and I slip stitch. Yeah, so well, I come right here and I slip stitch. Well, let me do this and get back to you when I am also done slip stitching the top area. Well, I am done slip stitching all areas, so I am now going to turn my work. This is the wrong side. I am going to turn my work to the right side. Well, this is it. So I am done turning my work to the right side, and I'm now going to put some mesh on this top area. So I am going to come right here on my top and I attach my yarn right here. So after attaching my yarn, I am now going to start by placing single crochets all around this area. I am going to come right here where I have attached my yarn. I place there a single crochet, I yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. I come into the very next stitch, I yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. I then come to the very next one, I yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. I come into the very next one, I yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, I yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. Yeah, so I also come here, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. Well, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, and please don't leave here without subscribing. You can also follow me on Instagram at Kitty Crochets. For those who have subscribed, I am really grateful and humbled. Yeah, so you come into the very next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. Yeah, so let me do this, placing single crochets in each and every stitch, and let me come back when I am right here at the end. Well, I am at the end of this line, so I'm going to come on top of this very first single crochet that I made and I slip stitch. After slip stitching, I am going to chain 1 and then turn my work. So after turning my work, I am now going to be placing V stitches in each and every stitch. So I'm going to come right here where I have chained 1 and I place there a half double crochet. After placing there a half double crochet, I am going to chain 1, and again in the very same space I place there a half double crochet. So I again chain 1, come into the very next stitch, this one, and I place there a half double crochet. After placing there a half double crochet, I am going to chain 1, and again in the very same stitch I place there a half double crochet, and this makes a V stitch, half double crochet, chain 1 and a half double crochet. So I again chain 1, come into the very next stitch, this one, I place there a half double crochet. I again chain 1, in the very same stitch I still place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, come into the very next stitch, this one, I place there a half double crochet. I chain 1, in the very same space I place there a half double crochet. So I am going to be placing a half double crochet, chain 1 and a half double crochet in one stitch, and again chain 1, come into the very next one, I place there 1 half double crochet, chain 1 and a half double crochet, and this makes a V stitch. So let me show it to you once again. I chain 1, come into the very next one, place there 1 half double crochet, I chain 1 and still place there a half double crochet here. So well, after that I chain 1. Let me do this and come back when I am at the end of this line. I am at the end of this line, so I'm going to chain one and come on top of this very first half double crochet that we made, and I slip stitch. So after that I am going to chain one and turn my work. When I turn my work, so I am going to start by placing a half double crochet in this very first stitch, this one. I come and place here a half double crochet. After that I am going to now chain two. We are now not going to be placing these stitches, we are now going to do some mesh. So I am going to be placing half double crochets on top of every previous half double crochet. So I'm going to chain two and come on top of this second half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet. I also place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I chain two. We are now doing a mesh stitch. I come on top of the next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet. I also place there a half double crochet. So well, this is going to be a second line. I'm going to be placing a half double crochet on top of a previous half double crochet, and then chain two and still place a half double crochet on top of a previous half double crochet. So let me do this and come back when I am at the end of this line. Well, I am at the end of this line and I've already chained two after my half double crochet. So I am going to come right here on top of this very first half double crochet, and I slip stitch. So after slip stitching, I am going to chain one and turn my work. So we are now, I am going to start by placing a half double crochet in this very first stitch, this one. I then chain two. I am going to do what I've been doing in the second line. I chain two and I come on top of this next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet. I also place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I again chain two and come on top of the very next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. I chain two, come on top of the very next half double crochet, and I place there a half double crochet. So this is going to be a pattern. You are going to be placing a half double crochet on top of a previous half double crochet. You chain two, you again place a half double crochet on top of a previous half double crochet, and I'm going to do a couple of lines up to when I feel I am fine with them. So you can also do as many more lines as you feel like, as long as you are comfortable with them. And as I told you, this is our last part of the top, so I'm going to do a couple of lines and I'm going to come back to finally show you how my top looks like. So finally, this is how our top looks like. And yes, if you've liked this video, kindly give it a thumbs up. You can also leave your comment in case of anything, and please don't leave here without subscribing. For those who have subscribed, I am really humbled. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Kitty Crochets. Thank you very much for watching.